Hello and welcome. Thanks for being here. We're going to try something new today and see how it works out. Not with the palette, but with behind the scenes type stuff. So we're going to be using Nomad's Paradise Islands palette today. And this is another episode of Trash or Treasure. And not that it's actually going to be determined trash or treasure, but just is it going to be one of those palettes that when it dies, I'm going to be okay with it being gone, because I am still trying to whittle down my collection. I'm really trying hard. So we're going to do this look, and we're going to be doing quite a few trash or treasures to whittle down the collection. And even though it is January, this is a spring, what people would consider a spring palette. So we're going to do a look, and I think we're going to do this shade, then this one, and maybe this one, and maybe put the green underneath. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. So we are going to hop around in the palette, and we're going to see what we come up with. And yeah, so just hang tight, and we'll get into that right now. So we're going to take this shade right here, and this is an Hourglass number 3, and I do have the Fenty Eye Primer, of course, on my lids, and we're just going to press this on the first portion of the lid. Let me know how you guys have been doing. We did have delayed openings for schools today because of the snow, and the temperatures are consistently below 32, which means whatever's on the road, if it's not salted, it is going to freeze. And so thankfully I don't have to go anywhere. But yesterday my neighbor and I went out to the store. Well, I should say I rode with her to the store, and we both did just some really just minor shopping, like little last minute things, because we were anticipating the snow. So this is what we're looking like so far. And I know my angle is different on my phone. So that's that shade. This is a pretty palette. And what do I want to do? I think we are just going to come up here. So we're doing a very colorful look, and this is a colorful palette. This right here is reminding me of, this first shade is reminding me of Grin from Circle Loco, and this shade right here is reminding me of Razzle Dazzle. And so now I'm thinking, like, should I have done this palette on this eye and Circle Loco on the other eye? Because this is really giving me Circle Loco vibes. And we're going to overlap that first shade with the second shade just to get a little bit of a blend going. Yeah, this really is giving me that vibe. And that's something else that I'm going to be looking for when I'm doing looks is, can I get this look with something else? And yeah, so we're just trying to decrease the number of palettes that we have so that everything will be my absolute favorite, and that is my goal. And so I've been wondering, how is that going to affect like my monthly roundups if everything is always going to be top tier at some point? Because then that takes the fun out of it, right? Like, oh, what, I wonder where this is going to play. So we know it's all top tier. And so maybe the roundups will end up being just me just talking about the palettes, you know what I mean, and not necessarily ranking. So this is giving me Circle Loco vibes, but I do believe Grin, this shade in the Circle Loco palette, that first shade we put on, I do think that's more bold. I think it might be a little bit more green. I am not sure. So now we're going to go into, I'm caught between the blue or the purple. I'm thinking the purple. I just want to do something different. And y'all know I like not doing looks that most people would do. Because where's the fun in that if like every video you see with a certain palette, like all the looks are the same? And so you see, excuse me, we're just patting this on. You know what, I just realized I didn't do the intro. This is pretty. This is a pretty palette. This is a pretty palette. These shimmers are really nice. As of right now, my code still works for Nomad, and all of my codes and links are below, and the code for Nomad is not affiliated, is Dion, D-I-O-N, and it will save you 10%, which will knock off some of your taxes. And I did check today, and they do have some things that are still on sale. And so they have a bundle, something that's bundled is on sale. I think it might be the travel palettes with the bag, and something else was on sale too. And a couple things are sold out, and I think they might have been sold out from the end of year sale they had. Look at this, y'all. This is so pretty. So we're going to feather this up here to bring that up a little bit. That is nice. And we're going to feather this here just to get it more round, because this is the side that's always just straight. And I really need to figure out like what I do that it does that. And I think it's the angle of the brush, but I'm not sure like why that's happening. I know it's something I'm doing, but it's something I'm doing subconsciously. So this is what we have. This is definitely Circle Local vibes. I do have on the Fenty Soft Lip foundation, as you can probably tell because my face is shiny. The Milk Hydro Grip Primer, Fenty Brow Pencil, Natasha Denona Concealer under the eye. We're going to take this brush and we're going to take this shade for the first half of our transition, and we have the Estee Lauder under my nose. This looks pink in here, but it's showing up purple up here. I chose it as thinking it was pink to play off of that center lid shade, but that's showing up purple. Look at that. That's pretty though. That is pretty though. And for me, some of Nomad shadows, they do show up different on me than what they look like in the pan. So it's always like, is that really what it is? So we're just going to bring this over a little bit more. Yeah, that's purple. That is not, that is not pink. And now we are going to take this shade here to play off of the purple. That's going to go on the outer half of our transition area. And this one looks like it's not, let me try patting it. Like it's not, So I am just pressing on one side, not tapping off and just putting it there, but, okay. And so we're doing the same thing. We press the brush in like this. We are going to tap off this time and we're just pressing. Okay, that's interesting. But this is what we have. Hellbent from MAC. We are done with that. It wasn't even long enough for me to do my inner rims with that. So that's on lower lash line. And inner rims, we have on Stay the Night, which is this dark blue type shade. So I need to look at my backups and see if I have Hellbent. And if not, I will just delay buying it because I do have other eyeliners, pencil liners. So this is the look that we have. I do like it. Everything blended in really nicely. And it is very colorful. Let me know what you think of this look. We're going to take this brush and I want to do green underneath, but I'm wondering, you know what? We are going to do green underneath. And we're going to put Fortune from Melt Cosmetics on our upper lash line. Let me take out a brush for that. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take this shade and we're going to put this on lower lash line. And yes, this will be bold compared to the shades on our lid, but we knew we were going to do a colorful look. This is a colorful palette, right? So we are going to bring this down some. We're going to blow it down a little bit further than we normally do, and I like that. So we're going to go back in and bring this down over here. I don't usually go back and forth because it just moves my wrinkles, and so that's why sometimes I'll just do this and then do this. I like this. Let's bring it out a little bit. So I'm tapping and turning, tapping and turning, tapping off. And we're going to start on the outer corner. Yes, I still want the Natasha Denona Sculpt Eyeshadow Quint. And I know some of you were like, don't get it, you have Biba. But the Quint is a lot easier to travel with, and it is one that I would travel with. And I do enjoy the other Quints I have from her. I have Star. Yeah, Star I put in the Golden palette. I have Xenon, Pastel, Rose, and Zendo, and I do love those. And I have looks where I did pair them with each other, and I'm like, I really dig those looks, y'all. And so I would use it when I want a black or a dark gray. My go-to is the mini Xenon, and so I feel like with the Sculpt palette, if I just wanted to deepen up with a brown, or if I just wanted to have a quick easy brow bone shade, I do really think that palette would be like the one that I would just gravitate to. And again, it's so easy to travel with. And I know y'all always say I don't want dupes in my collection. I know. But I'm also thinking to do, once I get it, I did not order it yet, to do a look with that and Biba to see how close they are. Because one, all the shades in Biba, you know what, I'm not going to be able to do that. And I'll tell you why. Because I did take out 4 of the Biba shades. And I put in, I'm grabbing mascaras in the mascara base. and put in Lila shades, because I was thinking that would be a nice comparison. And honestly, I'm surprised I haven't seen any videos where people did a look, one eye with Biba and one eye with the Sculpt palette. But the videos I'm seeing, the ones I watched anyway, I'll say, people are digging it. And I can't always tell from the thumbnail, like, if they like it or not, because sometimes, you know, we do dramatic thumbnails and we're thinking the bottom line might be one thing and it's something else. But the few videos I've watched, like, people are really liking it. And they're doing really nice looks with it. You can go smoky, you can go ethereal. Well, not really ethereal, but if you just want a light there, not there look. If you want a smoky look. I've seen smoky looks done with that black, and I've seen smoky looks done focusing on that brown shade that's next to the black. And so there are options with that quint. So I am excited about it, but I am delaying my gratification, and I do have credit from Natasha Denona. Thank you to those who use my code. They switched platforms, and so that's why it's credit instead of a cash payout. And it doesn't work for sell items, which means I'll need to purchase something full price to use the credit, which I feel some kind of way about, but still, it's still product that I'm not quote unquote paying for because I'll be using credit. And so I am thinking to get that with that. And I do want to get another Natasha concealer, one for under my nose, but I'm delaying that as well because the Estee Lauder works fine under there. And so it's like, why do that? And I do want to go into the store to swatch it because I want something that is going to look like, I'm struggling with this liner, y'all. I don't have enough on the brush, that's what it is. So I do want to swatch it against the Estee Lauder so I can get as close to that shade, because that shade is a good shade for me. So it's like, why even switch brands? You know what I mean? But I will say this, if I have a backup of Estee Lauder, I will continue to delay getting the Natasha one. But if I don't have a backup of the Estee Lauder, then eventually I will just go ahead and purchase the Natasha instead of repurchasing the Estee Lauder. And I've been using Estee Lauder concealer for years and years and years. My liner's looking janky. This is somewhat straight, this is curved, but what else is new? So we're going to do that, and my live stream is tonight, so I keep looking at the clock. Why am I putting on my mascara now? I still need to powder down and finish the face. Part of me thought earlier to finish the face during the live stream. So maybe that was in the back of my mind. But it doesn't take long for me to do my base. Well, not the base, but bronzer, concealer, highlighter. That doesn't take long. Not at all. So do we want to leave that in for this video? Where are we for time? Oh, we're only at 13 minutes, y'all. Maybe a little bit more from that thing that we're trying to do. I'm trying to decide if I do want to have that there. I don't know. Some videos, well, I do watch. I don't typically skip videos. I just touched the mascara wand up here, but we'll pretend that's a freckle. So, yeah, so I wanted to actually start that at the beginning of this year, but then I already had videos scheduled for this year. And so, you know, I'm trying to like think of new stuff to do, but then that's just something else to see that may or may not be necessary. But it would just break up, not even to say the intro, because I realized lately I don't always do the intro. But just to break up, okay, what we're doing and then actually doing it. You know what I mean? So, and I don't even think that's important, to be honest with you, because we're going to do what we're going to do eventually anyway. So why prolong it? So it's sort of like a commercial break without being a commercial. So it's like, this is what we're going to do, and then you do the thing, and then you come back and just jump in. So, I don't know. And as usual, I think I'm overthinking it. And I did stop watching certain news channels. I used to watch Midas Touch a lot, and I think that's what had me kind of twisted. Not in a bad way, but it was just, you know, all the political stuff. And so I actually stopped watching Midas Touch. And if I do watch the news, it'll be like MSNBC, something like that. But So I do think, and I said it before, that I think I was overthinking makeup stuff because of the political climate. And it's not that I'm anxious about it. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck is going to happen now? I do curse, and I didn't do the intro, so I do apologize for that. So you know what? Let's go ahead and finish the face real quick. Do I want to be lazy and use one brush? This is the Fenty Cashew powder, excuse me. And we're going to tap and turn, put it away from me and tap off. Y'all see that? Yeah. And we're going to press, press, press. Go in and we're going to press. I'm going to press, tap into it, press, tap into it, press. And this is always how I do my powder. And then whatever's left, then I'll swirl the brush and buff it in. This is how I typically do my powder. And then I'll touch my face, making sure it's dry, because that soft lip from Fenty, I do usually have to go back and put more powder on before I put on blush and bronzer and highlighter, because I want my cheeks definitely to be dry before I put that on. Otherwise, the other powder products will just stick to where I put it and it won't blend. And so yes, now it is dry. So I am curious to see like how fast or how long it takes me to go through this, because it is almost twice as much as, what was the other one I was using for forever? Damn it, what was that powder? Fashion Fair. Oh my gosh, because that one is like half the product of this one, but we're just going to grab 2 House Labs bronzers. We have 7 and 10. Because that one I don't have to go back in with it. This is Deep Level 10. And we're going to, so I press it and kind of wiggle, and then I do this first, and then you see how you have this line back here, then I'll turn it sideways and just blend it. So that took care of that line. Yo, I haven't done my face in a while. And we're going to tap straight, tap straight, tap straight, tap straight, and do this. So I'm kind of like, I wasn't feeling nervous about this. Sometimes when I don't do a look for a while, when I do a look, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And we're going to take the same brush with, that hole's getting bigger. This is medium level 7. And we're going to do the same thing with that, but just back here, we're not going to bring it all the way in. And so that's all we're going to do with that. We're going to put that brush down. We're going to take a blush brush, also from Fenty. Oh, we picked up Hibiscus Haze randomly, and that's what that looks like. So we're going to tap straight in, and then tap in, tapping straight in, tapping straight in, tapping on the face. And sometimes doing this, there's a gap, and I see a gap right here, so then I'll make sure to get in the gap. And then I'll swirl just a little bit, or a lot of it. You let me know. And I went to tap in, but I missed the pan. So this is this. And I do know some of you do miss me not doing the entire face. We're going to take a Fenty brush picked at random, Fire Opal. And so we're going to swipe both ways, because we're going to do this. Swipe this way, turn it, swipe the other way, and do this with the pointy side down, the long side down, because actually each side has a point. So the long side down, and that's all we're going to do for that. And now, Mood Light we picked at random. I'm going to take this Sigma brush. I think this was free gift with purchase. This thing is huge. I love it. So we're going to do both sides and in the straight in. But both sides, because you see we're just putting the brush everywhere on the face. This side, this way, that way. And we're doing tapping straight in, because we're going to bring that under the eye. And so then we're going to buff, and that's it for this powder. So yeah, the full face minus eyeshadow doesn't take long. I have no idea. Do I want to spray the face? I'm not going to spray the face. Yeah, let's spray the face. I'm trying to think of what lipstick to do, and I'm thinking green, because we have green on the lash line, but I did toss the Martine one because that was smelling a little different, and I'm just like, I don't know. And this really isn't green. This is like a bluish something or other. And those are my only two greens. No, wait a minute. I have a green from the Sea Queen. Where's Dark Forest from? And it was one of the older ones, so it was longer. I don't have, what happened to Dark Forest? I don't have Dark Forest. Or I'm overlooking it. Oh my gosh, where is Dark Forest? I don't know. Do we want to just put this on? This is Maleficent from MAC. Where's Dark Forest? Did that one turn too? I am really, damn, where is Dark Forest? All right, we're just gonna put this on. I'm really like, where's Dark Forest? Putting this right over top of chapstick, which today we have on cake batter. So I think I'll hit it on top of that. This is a lip gloss from MAC, and it's really just a gloss. They call it lip gloss though. I don't know why. Because they can, and it does stand out. So when somebody says lip gloss, if you're familiar with MAC, you'll know that that's a MAC product. Versus if you just say lip gloss, that could be anything. And I like how Fenty theirs is Gloss Bomb, but it's a gloss. So this is the face, y'all. I think the lip was a good choice. This is what we have. Let's do our pictures really quick. Bam. 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 Now move all of the face stuff so I can hold up the palette. Bam. There we go. So thank you for being here. Let me know what you think about this look. Subscribe, join, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And you will see me in the next video. Let me know what you think of that thing that we did in the beginning too, if it was there. And if it's not, you'll be like, what is she talking about? And if it is there, you'll know what I'm talking about. So thank you. And as always, even though we didn't do the intro, as always, self-acceptance, self-love. Let me get straight. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon.